Hi guys, today's camera is a little different. It's like a Lego kit, only it's a Chinese offset. But I saw it on Amazon and on eBay and it looked pretty cute and I just couldn't resist. I got this for $17.59 plus tax from Amazon. I got it during their Prime week. I just checked today and it's going for $20, so that wasn't much difference in price. It had 627 pieces. It was kind of fun to put together. I'd never even done a Lego in my life. I did, blocks when I was a kid, but they were wooden ones. So this was fun, a little challenging. I read all of the reviews on Amazon. Several people would complain about a missing piece, and some of them just didn't like it. And several raved about how great it was. I didn't have any missing pieces, but I have to say, it's real easy to mistake one piece for another. They're not numbered, and you have to match the pictures and sometimes count the dots. So there were at least 4 or 5 instances where I was convinced I lost a piece, but then I hunted and hunted and hunted, and eventually I found what I thought was the missing piece, and/or once or twice I had actually used that missing piece mistakenly for a different piece, which was my mistake. In the end, there were no missing pieces. And in fact, I think the instructions were pretty good. There was only one fault that I could find with the kit, and that is at the very end, when you put the door on, it has a hinge, and it's pretty fragile because the door is a pretty massive part, and it's only held on by a couple of little of these dots that snap together. And they don't snap, they just sort of push together. So pieces would start falling off as I opened and closed the door. So I waited till the next day, and then I got out the super glue and I glued down some of these pieces that kept falling off. The little lever that doesn't move, heaven help you if you try and move it, it'll just fall off, on the back, which would normally be the film advance, that was just held on by one of the dots, and it kept falling off several times during the time I was building it. So obviously I had to glue that on. And the other anomaly was when you close the door, and I triple checked, I really had it assembled correctly, but when you close the door, it sort of closed a little too far on the right hand side. And so I fixed that by virtue of the fact that there were no missing parts. There were a few extras. Specifically, there's a lot of these parts that are like a 1 dot part male to male that you use in some pieces. There were probably hundreds of those. There was a few extra of those, and there was a couple extra parts that they must have accidentally put in or put in redundantly because they know people lose or break them. So I used some of those to build up the side that you can't see when you close the door, so that the door doesn't shut too far, which is kind of silly because in reality it's just going to go on the shelf and I'll never open the door again. But it's a nice looking little kit, and I do highly recommend it. I'm really interested in a twin lens reflex kit that you can get in red, but that'll have to happen some other day. So if you want to, at the end of the video I'll have some still shots and show you where I modified the side of the case so that the door would close right. If you want to fast forward to that, because this whole thing is about just over 7 minutes long so far. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Oh, and I forgot to say, at the very first frame in the video, I listed a link to where on Amazon you can find this kit. I'll also put a link in the description below the video so you can get to Amazon if you want to build the very same kit. Here are the extra parts that I had when I was done. Interestingly enough, the orange piece, I think, must be a tool to help you push the pieces and snap them together. I just did it with my fingers until my thumb was sore at the end of the day. It took me about 6 hours to put it together. And that's not counting these little pieces you see on the edge view here. These, the white piece and 3 little black pieces, and all of the 4 pieces below it were extra pieces that I used to prop up the side so that the side would close but not close too far. So here's a side view, closed properly. And finally, here's some 2-second long shots of the completed project. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.